Hi, what's going on?
Hello Maya, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Arif Jamil and I am 46 level student at Rehan School. Maya, I can ask some questions about this topic. Sorry, tracing the roots of apology.
Walaikum assalam. You've got me curious. Where do you want to start?
What does the word sorry mean?
At its core, it's basically a verbal olive branch. It's how we acknowledge we messed up or just signal that we feel bad about something. It's the quickest way to start smoothing things over after a mistake.
Okay, where did the word sorry originally come from?
It's actually older than it sounds. It actually comes from an Old English word, sorry. Back then, it meant feeling distressed or full of grief. It's pretty interesting because the spelling actually shifted over time to match sorrow. It's kind of wild that a word we use for something as simple as stepping on a toe originally described deep physical or mental pain. It makes you wonder if we've just gotten really efficient at using it.
Okay, Maya, what is the historical origin of the word sorry?
You caught me in a loop. We were just talking about its old English roots, specifically that word sarig, which meant grief or distress. Just funny how it's gone from describing a deep, aching pain to something we say when we accidentally bump into someone in a hallway. Want to dig into any other words?
Okay, what was the original meaning of sorry in Old English?
That would be Sarek. It literally meant distressed, grieved, or just full of sorrow. A good idea. I'm curious, what was the good idea? Tell me more.
How is sorry connected to the word sorrow?
They're practically siblings. They both come from that same old English root, Sarek. For a long time, they actually looked and sounded very similar. Eventually, the spelling of sorry shifted to include that O, just to match sorrow more closely. It's like they decided to dress alike so everyone knew they were related.
Okay. Uh, why is sorry associated with feelings of sadness?
It really comes down to the fact that, at least originally, they were the exact same thing. It's because the original meaning was just general distress or grief. But over time, we started using that feeling of sorrow to describe the specific kind of sadness you feel when you've hurt someone else or made a mistake. It's basically just a very targeted version of sadness.
Okay. When did sorry become common in everyday English? Maya, when did sorry become common in everyday English?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I've noticed they're feeling the timeline is still a bit fuzzy, so let's get that sorted. And using I am sorry to show remorse actually started way back around 1200, but that quick one word sorry we use when we bump into someone, that's a lot newer. It didn't really,
Okay. Uh, why do people say sorry when they make a mistake?
it's basically our way of smoothing things over. It's like a signal that says, I value this relationship more than being right. It's less about the mistake itself and more about making the other person feel seen and respected again.
Can sorry express sympathy instead of an apology?
Totally. Like when you say you're sorry for a loss, you're not apologizing for doing something wrong. You're just sharing in the weight of it with them. It's actually a really soft way of saying, I see you're hurting and I'm here. Also random, but thank you for the birthday wish. You're a few months early, but I'll take the early celebration. What else on your mind?
Okay, what is the difference between I am sorry and I apologize?
Hmm. You're still here. What's up?
Maya, what is difference between I'm sorry and I apologize?
It's a subtle shift, but it changes the whole energy of the conversation. Think of I'm sorry as the emotional one. It's about how you feel and how the other person feels. Softer, more personal, and it's what you'd use with a friend or family member. I apologize, on the other hand, is much more formal. It's almost like a professional transaction. You'd use it in a business email or a formal setting where you're acknowledging a mistake, but you're keeping a bit of distance. One
Okay, Maya, which sound more formal, sorry or I apologize?
Exactly. It's a great example of how a small word choice can change the whole mood of a conversation.
Can saying sorry reduce conflict?
Yeah, absolutely. I apologize is definitely the formal one, whereas sorry is the personal one. And yeah, saying sorry can absolutely reduce conflict. It's like a pressure release valve. Once someone feels heard and acknowledged, the tension usually just drops. It's a lot harder to stay angry at someone who's already owning the mistake.
How do parents teach
A
children to
big
apologize?
It's usually a process. Parents often start by just encouraging the words like, say you're sorry. That's the basic training. But the real learning happens when they help the child understand why it matters, moving from just saying the word to actually recognizing how their actions made someone else feel. Turns a social requirement into a way of building empathy.
Okay, Maya. Uh, this conversation is very beautiful, and I can uh, just talk.
A doctor. What's the
Yes.
plan? Do you want to role play or did something
Okay,
happen?
Maya. This conversation is very beautiful, and I have cut the call. Okay, Allah Hafiz.